The playoffs. The thing that every team wants to make at the end of the year. The playoffs, right?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
We asking about the playoffs. Okay, listen. The Minnesota Vikings, first of all, a couple things have to happen. More than a couple, all right? There's about 4 to 5 things that need to happen. We're going to go through that. But let's just keep it a buck right now, man. This is the last week of the season for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's just call it for what it is, okay? The Vikings failed to execute when they needed to execute against the Bengals. That was a game that they had in their hands. They could have won that game. They wouldn't be in this position right now, but they dropped it. All right, that was a crucial game right there. That game was winnable. That game was the game that decided all of this and got us in the position we're in right now. Because things happened the following week where we still would have been good if we would have just won that game. But we're in this position where we need the world to stop turning for us to make it to the playoffs, pretty much, right? It's like one of those mathematical things where you're telling me there's still a chance? Yeah, but no. All right, and I'm going to lean no, and that's just what it is. And then let's just be honest. Do we really want to see this team in the playoffs? I mean, ask yourself as a Vikings fan, you want to go into the playoffs with Nick effing Mullen as your quarterback? Like, Nick Mullins is not going to get you anywhere in the playoffs regardless, okay? We're just outmatched. Listen, I think playing the Detroit Lions, beating them, that is first of all, that is the first step to making the playoffs. All right, you got to check that box. I think that in itself is going to be too big of a task for this football team at this moment, the state they're in. I mean, listen, we don't have a quarterback, man. Let's just call it for what it is. All right, Nick Mullins is named the starter. He can throw for 300 yards, but he's also, if he does throw for over 300 yards, he will have about 3 interceptions mixed into that. All right. And we know it's going to be interceptions that's going to cost us the game. They're going to cost us the game. All right, let's go through some of this. All right. So we talked about it. Got to beat the Lions. That is the first task. All right. Then after that, Green Bay needs to lose. They're playing the Chicago Bears. I mean, that's a possibility there. The chances, I'll say 50-50, right? You know, the Bears are feisty. They've been playing pretty good lately. But, you know, the Packers also have been playing good, even though it's FTP, but still yet. You know, that's a toss-up game. I still think Green Bay's going to win that game. Seattle has to lose, all right? We need Seattle to lose. We need Tampa Bay or New Orleans to lose as well. So we need all of this stuff to happen. Bruh, listen, you know how much things have to happen for the Minnesota Vikings to go to the playoffs? Playoffs? Are you kidding me? Like, this isn't... If you're a Vikings fan, and I feel it, all right? You want to win every time. You root for the team to win. That's cool. But I'm going to tell you, man, it benefits us more to go out there. Yes, compete, right? Compete. Don't just lay down. But at the end of the day, it benefits us more to lose this game. And you know what? You can look at this game like this. The football gods are going to be on our side once that clock strikes 0, because regardless, those other things, you don't control your own destiny at this moment. So at the end of the day, the football god does. And I think he's going to bless us on Sunday. I think by Sunday night, we're going to be like, okay, we got the 9th pick in the draft instead of the 15th pick in the draft. And you know what? That is a big jump, a big step forward to building this football team. I'm going to tell you right now, I said this before a couple weeks ago. If we made the playoffs, RAP going to be lit. As a Vikings fan, I wouldn't be able to help it. Like, I'd be like, hey, we in there. Let's go. You know, whoever we're playing, we got to go to Dallas. Hey, we got a chance. We can beat Dallas. But in reality, man, I'll go to bed the night before the playoff game, and I'll tell myself, bro, we're not winning this fucking game. Let's just be honest. Not winning this game. Listen, football is about talent. Who got the most talented players on their team? The better coach? Who puts the better game plan? And what we've been seeing the past couple weeks of the Minnesota Vikings, I have no confidence in any of those categories. And that's just me, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still going to bleed purple, man. It's still Skol side and no side. Don't get it twisted. But I'm looking forward into the future. Okay, because we're in a position where there's things we can do, man. This offseason is crucial. We can do things to build for the future. I want to look forward into the next 2, 3 years, 4 years. Can we get to that big game? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. Just barely backing your way into the playoffs, that doesn't move me that much, man. Yes, it's exciting for the time the game's being played, but at the end of the day, after that, you just get heartbroken, man. And the truth is, the good news, the silver lining, if you want to call it, is at the end of all of this in February, there's only going to be one fan base that feels that fuzzy feeling inside and it's happy. All right. So there's 31 other teams, other fan bases that are going to feel just like us. Do you want the Minnesota Vikings to make the playoffs? Because I don't think so. And truthfully, I don't think we can do it anyways. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down in the comments. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy. Playoffs.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.